It was a delicious pudding. My only trouble with it was that you had to have all those 4 puddings to yourself because you needed to eat them together. You couldn't pick and mix, you couldn't share, and so it's a 7.
Aktar's tuck box made me want to tuck in, and I did with pleasure, and so I'm going to give it an 8.
For me, the wedding box did not live up to it. It had all the expectation of being amazing, but it really wasn't. So for me, it's just a 6.
I felt like Aktar was setting us a test of endurance here. Oh dear, I'll go up to 5.
Will this score be enough to get Aktar the top 3 ranking he desperately wants? With 5 dishes served and 3 to go, the chefs are speculating on what the judges might be looking for.
Who knows? I mean, I got it completely wrong yesterday. It's tough to call.
It is tough to call, you know.
With the competition all week has been, you know, extremely sort of tough and a high standard.
And we all want to get our people from our community to the banquet, don't we? It's a lot riding on this.
Oh, people, definitely. Dishes, the people, the whole lot, you know, everything is it's massive.
The next 3 chefs into the kitchen are main course champion Tom Kerridge, Andrew Pern, still to win his first top 3, and first-timer Michael Smith.
Here we go. Meringues on, you all right?
You all right?
How are you doing, Chief? Meringues?
Baby ones are mine.
Yeah, you've got a meringue day, haven't you?
Yeah, it's meringue central today.
Meringues all over the place.
With around 100 perfect meringues to make, Michael's brought in some help.
You need a big mixer for that.
I've got one over here, look.
That is a big mixer.
Specially delivered from Scotland.
That's a mighty friend.
Are you cooking for the banquet already with a mixer that size?
Oh, take RTD2 here. 4 people. No. It's for a banquet. Hey! Scotland are back in the room.
Tom will be the first to the pass. He's serving strawberries and cream pick your own, accompanied by licorice-flavoured meringue, strawberry sorbet and strawberry jelly.
I think it was completely style over content. I thought he spent an awful lot of time looking at the theatrics of the dish, but when it came down to the taste really failed on all levels, didn't it?
That marks out, you know, the real key players is, you know, less is more, like we've said, but everything that is less has to be immaculate, spot on.
Pick your own. It's a fantastic idea, really. And then all you have to do is dollop some really first-class cream, maybe a little sprinkling of sugar, and hey, we're away.
Yesterday, this former champion's pork dish outshone the others with incredible presentation, including hay bales. Now the chefs are waiting to see what he's planning for his dessert.
What's happening today? Golden Eagle going to fly into the judging chamber and deliver your strawberries. What's going to happen today?
Strawberries and cream. Very simple, strawberries and cream.
To up his chances of making it onto the final menu, Tom needs to do well today. And after yesterday's theatrics, the other chefs are keeping close tabs on him.
I think Tom's going to pull something out of his back pocket. He's been walking around the kitchen saying, I'm doing strawberries and cream, but with a little bit of a grin on his face. So I'm assuming that we're going to see something pretty special, I think.
Last time, although his dessert scored highly in the heats, it failed to win the judges over. So he's made some tweaks.
Gardener's World is going past. Another unassuming garnish from Mr. Kerridge.
Not only is he making the judges pick their own fruit, he's serving the other elements in strawberry punnets for sharing rather than plating them individually. Tom's dessert has got Andrew seriously worried about his own hopes of making the top 3 now.
He seems to hit the nail on the head every time, you know, with getting everything right, the vivid ideas and that sort of entertainment which he brings.
As Tom brings his dessert to the pass, the other chefs feel the fear.
There we go, chap. Go careful with her.
I am telling you what, that is frightening. You have really pulled it out of the bag this time, big boy.
That was amazing.
Tom also has very high hopes for his chances in this round.
I think my dessert should be in the top 3. I think it should. It looks great. I'm really happy with it.
Wow.
The garden's arrived.
I wish I could grow strawberries like that. Mine never look like that.
There we go. Some for you. So superabundance of strawberries. And I did actually want to have some PYO ones.
I mean, in this respect, it's an absolutely fantastic dessert, that it's very interactive. We've all had to share, we've all had to do something for one another.
It's like being back in the playground, really, isn't it? I mean, this is a pudding to play with.
I mean, I think it's great. The problem I have is I don't particularly like the flavour of most of it. I think Tom has gone completely to town on the idea, and then the gastronomy is left behind.
But I think, you know, with the jelly, I think it could be slightly looser, and I think there's an acidity there that maybe doesn't need it.
The other thing which I think to me is very bad at lemon cider, as far as I'm concerned, aerated cream has no place near even the most mediocre of strawberries.
And the jelly, I think, is actually too strong.
I think he's got vinegar in there. There's some sort of acidity that's coming through there.
We've got a great concept here, but we haven't got, I'm afraid, I think, a great pudding.
So the judges are still not bowled over by Tom's dessert. Will his fellow chefs agree that it's a triumph of presentation over taste?
For visual aspect, he's definitely won hands down.
Got a bit of theatre there, haven't we?
Yeah, without a doubt.
A little bit of sorbet.
It's really, really fresh flavour to it, isn't there?
Lovely texture with the
That's really good, man.
Coconut meringues are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can't get fresher than that, can you?
No.
That's interaction too, you know, you're pulling them off, you're biting them, you're digging in here, get some more of that in, you know, it's great.
I love the pick-your-own element, but I hated the fluffy cream bit. Strawberries deserve better. 7.
I thought the whole pick-your-own thing was amusing and great, but nothing tasted very good. I just was disappointed in it. I gave it a 6.
I feel a bit funny about this because Tom really has responded to what we asked him to do. He's made the whole pudding far more interactive, but he's forgot about the content of the pudding itself. These strawberry fields are not forever. 6.
Visually and conceptually, I thought it was absolutely spot on. He really understood what he needed to do, Tom. But when he executed it, it was very poorly done. For that, I'm giving it a 6.
A disappointing score for Tom then. Scotland's Michael Smith is next to serve. After a disastrous start to the week, he now rivals Lisa with 2 top 3 spots. He's hoping to make it a hat-trick with his oatmeal and hazelnut meringues with raspberries and cream.
I mean business with the pudding. There's a few hidden surprises in there. You know, I really want Scotland to finish with a big bang.
Michael spent all afternoon making the many meringues needed to construct his tower.
Michael's, you know, been cooking some, you know, great dishes, and his simplicity is really, really fantastic.
As he carefully assembles his dessert, his rivals watch anxiously. Is he about to pull another winner out of the bag?
Do you think he's going to bribe the judges with the old whiskey?
Why not?
Good idea.
It works, yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a spectacle on the table because
Great idea.
so much height on it and the way it's presented.
Could he be the one to get 3
Yeah.
in the top 3
Yeah,
times?
yeah. I mean, he's on a roll, isn't he? You know, he had one bad day and that's it. You know, he's
pulled
just
it back big time.
pulled it back big time. You know.
Michael finishes the tower off with freeze-dried raspberries and shards of honeycomb and raspberry paper. But Tom is distinctly unimpressed.
Just kind of, to me, it lacked, I don't know, that magic spark. It looked spectacular, but I don't know, as I was looking at it, it didn't make me want to dive in there and start eating it.
Michael brings his meringue tower to the pass, hoping it will prove to be another showstopper.
Okay? Just tell them to go crazy. I think the dish should bring fun, it should bring a visual spectacle, hopefully it's got all of those things. And after that, I just would really love people just to dug in, you know, and stuff their faces.
It's a Philip Tracy hat.
It is an Ascot hat.
It is Carmen Miranda hat.
It's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous.
I think it looks better.
Yeah.
You see, I think that part of the genius of this dish is the fact that you have to help yourself with your fingers.
Yes.
That means that everybody's got to reach out. It's not someone, oh, can I serve you?
No, I think it is
grab
fabulous.
for yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prue. Now, if you'd be so kind, just remove the bottle from the middle.
Oh, you can pull it out, can't you?
Hey, out she comes. It is, as I remember it, a monument of meringue.
It is actually far better than before. I can actually taste the oatmeal now. There's far more flavour in everything, far more flavour in the cream. It's a much, much better pudding.
And I think the oatmeal's right. It really enhances it. It sort of cuts slightly that sweetness. It gives that nuttiness with the stuff. It's very good.
What I really love about it, it has vulgarity. It's not Eiffel Tower. This is the Blackpool Tower, isn't it? That's what it is. Blackpool Tower in meringue.
I just don't think you can fault it. It is faultless.
Michael has really gone to town on the sort of spirit of the competition. I think there are more gastronomic dishes, but I don't think it's ungastronomic.
Anybody who finishes on this particular day will go waddling off into the night, having been seriously well fed.
Cheers.
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 A positive reaction from the judges. Will his rivals go mad for his meringues too?
It's a great sharing aspect, isn't it?
I think the flavours and the visual aspect of it's lovely.
The raspberry's very nice because it cuts the sweetness, doesn't it?
I don't know if the meringue is, if it's crunchy enough for me. It's very chewy. It goes into like a ball in your mouth, like chewing gum.
It's got no definite texture to it.
No.
It's quite brittle, isn't it? Yeah. It's I see what you're saying.
I'm not crazy about it. I'd rather just have traditional meringue. I mean, I've had half of one. I'm done.
The meringues were amazing. I thought it was genius with the whiskey at the end. For that, I'm giving it a 9.
It is a Mad Hatter pudding, great for Leadenhall. Slight question over the gastronomy of it, but beautiful piece of work. 8.
My worry about it was, does it show the sort of skill and delicacy that we're after? I think not. So I'm giving it an 8.
Michael's mountain of meringue, what a marvellous monument of a pudding. But this is a very competitive area. There's been some very technical cooking. This wasn't quite up there, so it's 8 for me.
A very respectable result, piling yet more pressure on Andrew, who has to get a top 3 ranking today or has no chance of going to the banquet. He's hoping his celebration of Yorkshire rhubarb, including rhubarb jelly and custard, rhubarb schnapps and rhubarb and pistachio-filled Yorkshire puddings, will be the dish that gets him in the running.
Andrew Pern's pudding was literally a case of rhubarb, 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 rhubarb.
I just hope he leaves it exactly as it was, because if he comes in with anything different, I shall cry, because that was the most delicious dish.
I agree with you, Prue. You know, if he touches this, I'm going to be really upset because it was perfect. It was really a thing of great beauty.
The fact that he hasn't actually made it into the top 3 yet, I think will be really rankling with him. So I expect he will be making a huge effort today.
Andrew's had a difficult week. His first 2 courses bombed, and yesterday he narrowly missed out on a top 3 spot for his suckling pig, the dish he had high hopes for. This is his last chance to prove himself, as Chris is quick to remind him.
Are you nervous?
No, not really.
You've seen mine, you've seen Lisa's, yeah? Seen a few others. What do you think so far?
It's good again, isn't it? It's high standard. You know, but every course has been like, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. You know?
Yeah.
We can but try.
With so much to do, Andrew quickly gets on with making his pistachio cream.
We can just nick a course and it changes the whole thing, really, doesn't it? You know, and it's up to us to still push on. The competition's not over till it's over, is it?
In the heats, Andrew had trouble with his elderflower rice pudding, and with so much at stake, he can't afford for anything to go wrong today.
You made it in a special way, that was just like a normal...
This elderflower cordial, it's got quite a lot of citric acid in it.
Oh, right, okay.
Splitting in the heat. So I've been adding it gradually so I don't have any dramas, you know.
He then puts pistachio cream and rhubarb compote into his Yorkshire puddings, hoping his dessert is good enough to get the high marks he badly needs.
So lesson 1, do you think this can get in the top 3?
Yeah, I think the comments that I got back from the judges last time were brilliant, you know, so hopefully the same again.
Andrew pours out his rhubarb schnapps and puts it on his silver stand, bringing everything to the pass under the gaze of the other chefs.
There we are, sir. That's what's widely known as the celebration of Yorkshire rhubarb.
He's been very quiet all day. He knew this is his last chance. It looked like a lovely, sweet, tea room kind of dessert. And if he's nailed that, that could be a top 3 contender.
Will this dish turn it around for Andrew, or will the sheer standard of the competition push him down the rankings again?
I certainly hope that's going to be my top 3 dish this week. So fingers crossed.
What do you think, Angela?
I feel that I've gone back into a Jane Austen novel. I really do feel I could be having high tea somewhere.
Isn't it pretty?
I mean, it looks fabulous.
It's a very smart idea. It's not too sweet, distinct flavour of rhubarb, and perfume from star anise, which goes particularly well with rhubarb.
Do you know what? I've just taken a bite of this little Yorkshire pudding, and I'd forgotten it's stuffed full of pistachio custard. It's divine. So far, so good.
I have to say, I've eaten my Yorkshire pudding, and that is the best thing I've eaten so far today.
By and large, I'm against these sort of mini desserts on a thing, but I think he's really pulled it